All right, Tuesday evening, commuting on home on the 26th Street crosstown protected bike lane. We are on our way. I'm going to take the 6th Avenue, the good old 6th Avenue highway, to go uptown. And yeah, I mean, I really hope nothing happens. You never know, but it's such a beautiful day. I kind of want to just get home through Central Park. I just want to ride there. I just want to get home a little faster than normal. To be honest, I think this probably saves me like 5 minutes. So yeah, probably not like the best decision. So I'd say the West Side Greenway is, you know, quite a bit safer, I think. But there's kind of like, you know, some fun to be had coming up these avenues. Fun, like in a terrifying sense. But you know, fun that you can sort of go pretty fast. And, yeah, okay, it's not it's not really fun in any normal definition of that word. It's just dangerous. It's just dangerous. But I really do want to just ride through Central Park, since that is really beautiful and really fun. So you know, I want to change some things up a bit on this ride. Let's see, we got a couple people just sort of standing, hanging out in the bike lane. So, let's see, what do we want to talk about today? This evening. You got this guy in the bike lane, and then this guy. That is mobility. I'd say both of those use cases are totally valid use cases for the bike lane. This schmuck going through is annoying. That is not okay. I don't mind that a guy has a push cart going in the bike lane. I don't know where else you're going to take that thing, you know? So there's those people who are just kind of walking, doing their thing. But you just assume that you're not really going to go any faster. And so they just go slow. Oh, this guy, 989 Alpha 88, blocking the entire crosswalk here. This is a $100 fine if I feel like taking a picture. But I'm not gonna take action right now, but it's nice to know that I, you know, always have the ability to. I know what's allowed. Let's see what's going on up here. Got just nothing but people in the bike lane. In about 30 seconds, that bus is going to be inches from my face. Right now, we are separated by concrete for these 2 or 3 glorious blocks, where you have kind of a nice 2-lane, 2-way protected bike lane. Really nice. Don't know why this guy's just kind of hanging out in the bike lane. So that's kind of a dangerous thing. So yeah, I'm like, oh, I'm protected. Look at me, I'm protected, and now I'm no longer protected. Now my life is meaningless, and cars can kill me, and that's totally allowed in this infrastructure. Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty interesting little spot here. Don't understand why they wouldn't take an entire lane. There's 3 lanes, 4 lanes. Up here you see 1, 2, 3, 4. But then there's 4 travel lanes, but then there's another 2 lanes on either side of, looks like cabs over there. There's buses. So clearly these are like functioning lanes. They may not be through traffic, but all right, so now the fun begins. Now we're at 36th Street. We're going to try to make it up to 59, 60th. Without getting doored, without getting hit. See if this guy can do that. Thank you. Blame these guys. These are the people who are making me not ride on the bike lane. This guy. Terror Israel. Dude. What are you talking about? This guy honking. 728-507, honking like an asshole. We're all waiting at a red light now. We made it 3 blocks, 39th Street. See, and this guy just caught up with his big flag thing, rolling on the what looks like the slowest vehicle in the area. And so it kind of tells you, just take a slow pace. You kind of take a really chill pace up here. You get to where you need to go, and you don't take any real risk. You don't go super fast, you wait. And you know, and the guy pushing a piece of luggage with wheels is basically, okay, well, that's cool, thank you. GHT 3849, what are you doing? I don't want to be in a rush here, but cool. 635-894, just going right in there, blocking the bike lane. This is why paint does not work. Hey, we got this Jersey driver blocking the crosswalk. B61 KHK Mercedes. Probably trying to make this light, but if you can see right across the street, there's another Uber also blocking the crosswalk. So clearly not a good idea. This brother. Oh. Really? You're gonna wave people through? Why are you waving anyone through? Look at this crap. Cool, I get to weave through all of these wonderful cars. I get to ride in between vehicles. Excuse me, excuse me, excuse me, excuse me. I'm riding here. Excuse me. Beep, beep, beep. God, any of these cars could door you. That really is damaging, scary. I really hope nobody does. Oh man, what's going on here? This guy just like double parked here. Virginia, making it happen in this area. Where are we now? 38th Street, no, 45th Street. All right, we made it a little bit further. We got 15 blocks. How's it going? How's it going? Hanging in there? Blocking this shit. This guy, please don't crush me. Thank you. Everybody's honking. Oh man. All right, we're getting to 46th Street here. I don't really have anything interesting to say today. This is more about just enjoying the ride. See, this is kind of like merging here that's really, really dangerous. So there's people like honking behind you. Like, what am I gonna do? I'm just gonna disappear? Dude, hey, hello, hello. Just kind of randomly driving around. See, if you just had a horn, you could speak the language of the taxis. The language of vehicles. Where are we now? 49th. We made it 3 blocks, 4 blocks. 4 blocks, hit another red light. This guy, cab, pulled over. What cab is this? 2N48. Man, it's pretty rare, kind of a rare sight to see cabs getting pulled over, or any driver really getting pulled over. Getting pulled over around in the city is also like an incredibly just inefficient way to deal with this stuff. You have 1,000 cars in the middle of this highway, but like now we need an actual like cab, a cop to like physically put on a light, like drive behind another car, and then like get them to pull over and then write them a ticket while like blocking lanes in the middle of the way. Like, why not just have this automated, send it in the mail, and call it a day? You know? Why not just have cops just drive around, or take vehicles that automatically do this stuff and automatically issue summons? That white car right there, I bet you I'm going to catch up to him. Even though he sort of drove fast. Which way do I want to go here? I guess I'll go this way. Oh, I'm not going to catch up. All right. Well.
دايما كلمة بسيطة جدا، قال لك أنت عملت إيه؟ إن ربنا من فوق وهو مستوى على عرشه يجعل عبده الفلاني يسوق فيه.
Right.
أنت عملت إيه في حياتك بقى؟
A lot of activity here. We got diplomatic security over here, probably for the UN. Got some conversations going on the bikes. And we got this guy cutting across 4 lanes of traffic in his Via, just straight up going through the thing. Come on, man. Bad idea. Just really bad idea all around. Don't hit me. Don't hit me. Crazy. That's what Via sort of does, right? That's what Uber, all these cars. imagine if there's a whole lane just dedicated to these trikes, right? That we could all then just use, recognizing that they are vehicles. They have different pacing. They shouldn't be mixed in with all these other cars, like that Audi Jersey driver. But I like how these three guys, the three amigos, hanging out here, chatting it up. And yeah, no, it's cool. Take your time, man. Hi, of course. I like this. I feel comfortable with you guys. I just want to... Oh, shit. VATCHE, New Jersey. What the fuck is that guy doing? Let's catch up with him. Alright, well, we can't catch up, but if I were going even a little faster, I mean, he just almost killed somebody there. Wow. This is kind of like mayhem over here. Oh, what's going on? These guys, these poor trikes, just crushing life. And going through intersections here in 56th Street. Kind of nutso. I want to just see who this guy is over here, speeding like a maniac. Dude, just an asshole. Just an asshole. Cool. Just a dude. Middle-aged dude. It's the thing. These cars make you psychotic. I bet you that guy is like a really nice guy in his Jersey suburban house with his backyard and his swimming pool and his, you know, barbecue or whatever. But when Mr. Vacci gets behind the wheel of a car, he has to peel out, you know, 20 feet to make sure that everybody knows his car is fast on 20 feet of pavement, and then very, very, very slow as soon as there's a red light 2 blocks away. All right, well, we made it, guys. Team, we are at Central Park South with a walk signal. And I'm going to get to safety. I hope Mr. Vacci doesn't follow me. That would be nice. He definitely strikes me as the kind of person who would run a bunch of people over with that kind of driving. There's really a fine line between just absolute reckless endangerment of pedestrians and cyclists on city streets, whether by speeding or by drunk driving or distracted driving or having just a giant vehicle where you can't see anything, or being unlicensed, or any of those things that we sort of chalk up to indifferently, chalk up to, oh, you know, speeding, whatever, $50, no big deal. You can have 25 of those tickets, we don't care. Maybe we'll boot your car at some point if we encounter it parked illegally and we run the plate or something, and you haven't paid the parking ticket. But terrorists intentionally killing people in a car looks very, very similar. And I'm not conflating the two. They're different. They're completely different things, but they're really just different intent. But like when there was all this outrage about justifiable outrage, obviously we all were just shook by when the terrorist rented a truck, like a pickup truck, I think, from Jersey, and drove on the Greenway and killed a bunch of tourists, Belgian tourists, a bunch of cyclists. It was rough. I mean, what an awful situation, right? And the way to respond to that would be, hey, you know what? We can make the streets safe for everyone if we enact a bunch of laws, we take away licenses, and, you know, take more vigorous action, enforce existing laws, and reconstruct, like redesign our streets a little bit to favor those who are most vulnerable, to reduce the likelihood of these kinds of situations. Obviously, you can't stop just like a guy intent on killing with a vehicle, but there are way more people who unintentionally kill with vehicles for all the reasons I outlined. Reckless, you know, they're just ignoring, they're not even paying attention. The dude, this Jersey driver, who's just peeling out with one tiny move, with one flick of his hand, one movement of his ankle, and he could take out 25 pedestrians on the side of, you know, Central Park South. I mean, can you imagine that? We're like, yes, we want cars going 40 miles an hour, right, like feet, inches from these large groups of people. And that's the problem. It's that gray area. So that's why, like, a guy like that who's peeling out, and people who do these kind of things routinely they're like unstoppable. Nobody checks them, nobody watches them, nobody tickets them. Well, nothing happens. So of course, why would you ticket anybody if nothing happened? Nothing happened. No big deal. He was just speeding. He had to go somewhere. Speeding, meanwhile, you only get a ticket if you're going 11 miles an hour over the speed limit. Speed limit in Manhattan, New York City, 25 miles an hour in most, I think, citywide. Automated speed enforcement cameras, 700 of them, outside of schools, near schools, operational. They only pick you up when you're doing 11 miles an hour over the speed limit. You have to be doing 36 miles an hour or faster in a 25 mile an hour zone near a school during operation in order to get one of those $50 tickets, a $50 ticket. It's not even like $500. It's not even a point. It's nothing. And that's kind of how we value reckless decisions that people make on like, I mean, you look at the data on this stuff, millions and millions of tickets of these kinds of violations. Anyway, let's change the subject. Let's try to find something more fun, be a little more entertaining. I don't really have much that's funny right now. God, there's nothing positive. There was a 1-year-old fucking toddler killed by a drunk driver today. I didn't have a chance to read the story, but holy shit. I just saw the headline from the Daily News, but I don't have access to the app. Sort of blocked me, so I can't read any of the articles. So I just didn't have a chance. That's gonna depress me. This shit is so routine. It's awful. All right, well, I do want to try to find something positive. I don't want to complain the whole time. I'm tired. Well, we're in New York City. I said that to my son the other day. Just walking down the street with him, and I'm looking around, just, you know, saying out loud and just commenting, wow, you know, we're in New York City. What an amazing place. He goes, why did you say that? And I was like, well, I was just commenting out loud, like how cool it is, you know, that we're in New York City. He's like, yeah, there's a lot of trash. Like, New York City has lots of garbage. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. It does have a lot of garbage. So who's up? Miles, a couple of coworkers of mine were saying that they've watched a few episodes of biketalk.nyc. One pointed out that yes, it's car talk. I stole car talk. But I didn't really, because the premise is different. Car talk would have been interesting, I think. No, actually, I don't know. I mean, it was like one of the most popular, radio shows of all time. But yeah, no, it would have been more popular, if only. No, but they didn't talk in a car. I think that's the difference. Whoa, this dude has like oars coming out of his backpack, which makes me think he's riding like a dinghy or something, or like a kayak maybe. God, who knows what he's doing. It's very athletic thing to do. Let's see, what else? Passing by the Guggenheim. This guy knows what's up. He's got his GoPro, he's got his music. He's just not even riding with no hands. That's what I'm talking about. It's funny, there used to be a time when you would bond because you all had like an iPad, an iPhone, or not an iPhone, an iPod. Really old days. And you would like look at the you'd be in the subway and you'd sort of look over and see someone else like with an iPod, and you would bond over that. Like, yeah, we both have iPods, because you could tell because you both had the earphones, the white earphones that everybody could notice, so everybody knew you had an iPod. I feel like that's kind of now with these GoPros. Hashtag cyclists with cameras. Hashtag bike NYC. Hashtag bike talk. No, actually, I think if everybody recorded everything on the streets like this, things would be a little better. It's not the government filming you. It's not a surveillance thing. It's people it's a natural extension of safety. Nobody questions the fact that, yeah, it's a good thing that people film, police interactions, and all that stuff is just captured way more frequently now. Everybody takes out their phone and points it, and so you have a record that is not disputable. You have video recordings of this stuff. So of course it's natural to have that also for bikes. I think everybody should probably do that for walking. Like, you should just have I mean, I guess that's kind of what the Google Glass was going to be. It's going to be sort of like passive surveillance. Oh, this guy's singing. Is that what I sound like, except not the singing part? Just yelling, just ranting about stuff. I wish there was bike patrol. People who were dedicated, part of an agency with the city, like the DOT, but DOT had a department that was specifically like bike patrol. They were tasked with ensuring that all the bike infrastructure is well maintained and clear. It would entail riding through, tens of miles of bike paths and bike lanes and bike paint on a regular basis, identifying where there are maintenance issues, pavement that needs to be patched up, obstructions, cars in bike lanes, all of that, garbage, you name it, where there's improvements that could be made based on direct observation and riding, where you apply some basic principles, which is, you know, if I want to make a left turn, how should I make a left turn from any given street? How should I connect from one street to the next, bike path to the, or bike lane to the next? There is no really connectivity. Like the connective tissue between a lot of these paths. I mean, I don't want to call them paths, they're not paths. They're just paint. It's paint next to cars. And that's kind of like, I think that is in effect what a lot of us have picked up. We've sort of picked up that work. We've identified dangerous drivers. We've identified cars in bike lanes. We've notified authorities when things are happening. We are advocating for enforcement. We're pushing for better bike infrastructure. We're campaigning. You know, we're showing up to community boards, all that kind of stuff. It's exhausting, and really, oh boy, and really, like, it's also not, it just isn't, it should be transferred to, should be owned by the city, right? Like, there should be a bike mayor, and the bike mayor should have deputies and an entire team with control and power to summons, to do all kinds of things, right? They should have their own concrete, you know, construction crew that can come down on a whim and fix potholes, because they are immediately dangerous. They're not dangerous like 2 years from now when they clear the queue for the DOT to do work. They're immediately dangerous. So if you're like, hey, there's a specific intersection or a specific path that sees a lot of bike traffic, and now all of a sudden there's a pothole in the middle of it. Don't wait for like your friendly neighborhood cyclist to like move that stuff or put something over it or whatever. Instead, oh boy, it's windy. Instead, there should be an agency dedicated to this stuff. Anyway, that's all I got. Let's see what's going on here. Please don't. Right. I'm gonna try taking this bike lane. Hope that nobody swings open their door. Oh, this guy just stopped. Stop? Nope, he's just looking down and not paying attention. Please don't hit me. Please don't hit me. Yeah, so that's all I got. Hey, oh my God, look at this. This Connecticut driver parking outside the bike lane. Well done. Okay. Actually, I think it's a professional person. Yeah, this is more like it. We got Jersey V26 LKB. Just drinking, hanging out. Got Jersey 442394R in a, what's it called? One of those paper temporary licenses from New Jersey that look like they just are photocopied and completely illegal. They're definitely fabricated. I read a story that it was like an entire area, like several blocks worth of cars and cars coming from a dealership or something. And they were all just sharing these like New Jersey photocopied license plates. cool. I bet you $100 that if I just stood in the middle of the path and I was like, I just have to pick something up. Sorry, I'm just gonna block your path. Car, you get honked at just incessantly. Thank you. And here we are. All right, team. Thanks for watching. I think episode number 21. We are making some progress here. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Hope to have more guests on at some point, and maybe a couple more topics. Maybe a little lighthearted, some more lighthearted topics. But I don't really know if I can talk about anything lighthearted. It's just all crazy shit. All right, that's all I got. Way to go. Way to go, guys. You have a loud engine. Good job to you. Impressive. All right, thanks for watching.